Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. May the 26th, 1861. At the close of the period I find that the total expenditure for all the various objects was £24,700 and 16 shillings and 4pence, or £67, 13 shillings, 5pence and 3 farthings per day, all the year round. During the coming year I expect the expenses to be considerably greater, but God, who has helped me these many years, will, I believe, help me in future also. You see, esteemed reader, how the Lord, in His faithful love, helped us year after year. With every year the expenses increased, because the operations of the institutions were further enlarged, but He never failed us. You may say, however, what would you do if He should fail in helping you? My reply is, that cannot be, as long as we trust in Him and do not live in sin. But if we were to forsake Him, the fountain of living waters, and to hew out to ourselves broken cisterns, which cannot hold water, by trusting in an arm of flesh, or if we were to live in sin, we should then have to call upon Him in vain, even though we professed still to trust in Him. According to that word, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. Psalm 66, verse 18. Hitherto, by God's grace, I have been enabled to continue to trust in Him alone, and hitherto, though failing and weak in many ways, yet by God's grace I have been enabled to walk uprightly, hating sin and loving holiness, and longing after increased conformity to the Lord Jesus. October the 21st, 1868. As the days come, we make known our requests to Him, for our outgoings have now been for several years at the rate of more than £100 each day. But though the expenses have been so great, He has never failed us. We have indeed, as to the outward appearance, like the burning bush in the wilderness, yet we have not been consumed. Moreover, we are full of trust in the Lord, and therefore of good courage, though we have before us the prospect that, year by year, our expenses will increase more and more. Did all my beloved fellow disciples, who seek to work for God, know the blessedness of looking truly to God alone, and trusting in Him alone, they would soon see how soul-refreshing this way is, and how entirely beyond disappointment, so far as He is concerned. Earthly friends may alter their minds regarding the work in which we are engaged, but if indeed we work for God, whoever may alter his mind regarding our service, He will not. Earthly friends may lose their ability to help us, however much they desire to do so, but He remains throughout eternity, the infinitely rich One. Earthly friends may have their minds after a time diverted to other objects, and as they cannot help everywhere, much as they may desire it, they may, though reluctantly, have to discontinue to help us. But He is able in all directions, though the requirements were multiplied 1,000,000 times, to supply all that can possibly be needed, and does it with delight where His work is carried on, and where He is confided in. Earthly friends may be removed by death, and thus we may lose their help, but He lives forever. He cannot die. In this latter point of view, I have especially, during the past 40 years, in connection with this institution, seen the blessedness of trusting in the living God alone. Not one nor two, nor even 5 nor 10, but many more, who once helped me much with their means, have been removed by death. But have the operations of the institution been stopped on that account? No. And how came this? Because I trusted in God, and in God alone.